Let's just breathe into this body of yours. Shoulders stack over top of your hips, closing the eyes. Let's bring the chin down to your chest. Begin to let gravity take its pull, rounding in the shoulders and leaning forward. And trying to get the top of your head to be the first thing that comes down onto your mat. And then once your hips say that's it, lift the crown of your head up and stack yourself back up, shoulders over top of your hips. And then begin again. Drop the chin down, hinging forward. And then take that right hand off to the side of the hip. Sweep the left arm up and over. Keeping both butt cheeks on your mat as you reach with that left arm. Bending through the right arm. And now let's do a little tiny bit of movement here. I want you to drop the left shoulder down towards your mat. So we are having our chest point the mat, and then open yourself out. Look up towards the ceiling. And we close and open. Each time when you kind of get to that final marking spot, I want you to reach with the fingers so we really get into the side body here. Just move in and out of it with ease for yourself. And let's do one more. Then meet me, shoulders stacked over your hips, interlace your fingers, turn them inside out. Feel that your shoulders are in their sockets. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's take a twist to the right, keeping the arms over your head. Hold yourself in this twist, breathing. Then let's open out the arms, let one hand come in front, one behind, go a little bit deeper in that twist. Then let's come through our center, walk the fingertips out in front of you, staying on the fingertips, arms are straight, hinging forward. Let the head hang. Keeping those butt cheeks on your mat, breathing into your body. Then walk those fingertips back towards you. Taking that left arm off to the side of your hip, sweep that right arm up and over. Feel that that left shoulder is in its socket. And just like before, we're going to drop the right shoulder towards your mat so the chest faces down, and then open yourself up. So just move in and out of those poses, really stretching with that arm. So you're feeling it in the ribs and in the side body. And then meet me, shoulders stacked over your hips, interlace those fingers, turn them inside and take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting to your left. On your next exhale, let the arms go wide. One arm in front, one arm behind. Take it deeper into your twist. And let's gently come out of it. Let's now bring ourselves onto our hands and our knees. Wrist, elbow, shoulder in a nice straight line, knees underneath of your hips. Let's inhale, we arch our back, head goes up towards the sky. And then exhale, we curl, chin is to your chest, rounding in the back. Inhaling, we arch. And exhale, we curl. Now coming to a neutral spine, tuck those toes under, let's send the bum high, downward dog. Walk your feet to the edges of your yoga mat and just sway those hips from side to side. Now bring those hips right into the center. Feel that your feet are firmly planted. Take the opposite hand to leg. You choose which one you want to do, but grab hold of the outside of that leg. And then bring your chin into the armpit. And release. Let's do the other side, outside of the leg, opposite hand. Chin into your armpit. and release. Let's gently now walk your feet to your hands, and we forward fold. Bend in your knees and slowly bring yourself all the way up to standing. Tadasana. So let's just take a beat here. Feel yourself firmly planted in your mat, arms extended down by your side. We're going to do a bit of repetition today, moving into our body in a more meditative state. So given that today is my birthday, and normally on my birthday I do 40, I'll do whatever the age I am of sun salutations, but I won't torture you with that. Instead, I want to kind of think of it in terms of 10 years. So I'm 46, so we'll just do 4 rounds of things. And for you in this experience, I want you to think about the first round of you from 0 to 10. And then the next round from you, 10 to 20. And then 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Okay, so however old you are, if you, I don't know, are we all over 30 here? Yeah, okay. Good. Maybe I think we are here too, virtually, maybe. I think so. Anyway, think of the future if you're not yet in your 30s. How about that? And if you are beyond 40, still just reflecting on that 10-year period, and just kind of finding an age for yourself. And it doesn't have to be the same age every round, because again, we're gonna do many, but just reflect on who you were at that time, reflecting maybe on an experience that took place. So just knowing kind of the map that's out in front of us, just wrapping your head around it. And we'll start with 4 half sun salutes to begin. I'll talk you through it. Close the eyes. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, we hinge at our hips, flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, half lift. And exhale, we fold. Bending in the knees and rolling yourself on up to standing. Tadasana. Inhaling, arms up over the head. Exhale, we hinge at our hips, flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we fold. Bending in the knees, rolling ourselves on up. Standing. Tadasana. Inhaling, arms up and over the head. Exhale, we hinge at our hips, nice flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, half lift. And exhale, we fold. Bending in the knees, rolling ourselves on up. Just standing. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we hinge at our hips, nice flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, half lift. And exhale, we fold. Bending in the knees, rolling ourselves on up. Standing. Tadasana. All right. So round 1, Surya Namaskar A. We're going to do 4. Of course, I'm always going to talk you through it, so don't be frightened. But I want you in your mind's eye to think of yourself, round 1, 0 to 10. Who were you? What did you dream of being in this stage of your life? Let's inhale, arms up and over the head. Exhale, let's hinge at our hips, nice flat back. And we fold. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat, walking your feet back into your plank position. Dropping the knees, let's lower the chest down slowly. Inhale your cobra. And then send the bum high, downward dog. In your mind's eye, see the person that you once were. Gently walking your feet to your hands. And we forward fold. Bending in the knees, and let's roll ourselves on them. Just standing. Tadasana. All right, 10 to 20. Got some mucky years in there, maybe for some of us, those tween and teen years. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's hinge at our hips, flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we fold. Hands on your mat, walk your feet back. Your choice now, drop the knees or lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or up dog, and then send that bum high, downward dog. Just picking one age from 10 to 20. See yourself in your mind's eye, who you once were. What did your hair look like? What did the outfit that you wore look like? Gently walking your feet to your hands. And we fold. Bend in the knees and let's roll ourselves on up. Just standing. Tadasana. 20 to 30. Let's inhale, arms in. Exhale, we hinge at our hips, flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Hands are on your mat. Let's walk those feet back. Hold here in our place. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And take that bum high, downward dog. Again, picking that age. See yourself in your mind's eye. Who were you? What did you dream of becoming? For some folks, this may be kind of that halfway point of however old you are right now. Gently now walk your feet to your hands and we forward fold. Bend in the knees and let's roll ourselves on up. Just standing. Tadasana. All right, 30 to 40. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinging at your hips, flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. Walk your feet back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bum is high. In your mind's eye, see yourself. 30 to 40. Who were you or who are you? Gently now walk your feet to your hands. And we forward fold. Bending in the knees and let's slowly roll ourselves up to standing. All right, moving on, Surya Namaskar B. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink the hips back into your chair pose. Deep breath in, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Hands are on your mat, hop or walk it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling and exhaling, bum is high. So we're at 0 to 10. Pivot that left heel down. Let's step that right foot forward. Lift up into your warrior one. Take the arms up and over your head as we're bending through that front leg. Seeing yourself in your mind's eye, maybe it's a different version of you than the round one. What did your family dynamic look like at that period of time? Who did you dream of being? Deep breath in. Exhale, hands down to your mat, sliding the foot back. Let's lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling and exhaling. Take the bum high. Pivoting our right heel down onto our mat. Stepping our left foot forward. Warrior one. Bending through our front leg. Allowing that front knee to track towards your second toe. 0 to 10. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your mat, sliding that foot back. Let's lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling, bum is high. Bending in the knees on the balls of your feet, hop or walk it. And we fold. Sinking our hips, fingertips, raise your mat, chair pose. Pressing through the heels, come up to standing, hands are at heart center. 10 to 20, inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink the hips back, chair pose. Deep breath in, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Hands are on your mat, hop or walk it back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling and exhaling, thumb is high. Let's pivot our left heel down, step your right foot forward, lift on up into your warrior one. So we've got those teen years here. Some friends and I were recently reminiscing about how we used to pine after Guess jeans. So what was occupying kind of your, I have to have this. I remember saying to my mom, I have to have Guess jeans. The world was coming to an end. And we can laugh and it can seem so silly, but how much of a big deal it was then. It claimed our status in our society of high school or middle school. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your mat, sliding that foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling and exhaling, bum is high. Pivoting that right heel down, left foot comes forward. Arms lift up, warrior one. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your mat, sliding that foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling and exhaling, bum is high. Bending in our knees on the balls of your feet, hop or walk it. And we fold. Bending in the knees, and let's roll ourselves on up to standing. Tadasana. Inhaling, arms up and over your head. Sink the hips back. Find your chair pose. 20 to 30. So ironically, this is where the period of time where I had the most distraction in my life, but also where I became a mom, where I grew and I changed and I created myself into someone else. Let's forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen half roll. Hands are on your mat. Let's hop or walk it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. And exhale, take the bum high. Who were you 20 to 30? Pivot the left heel down. Step the right foot forward. Lift up. Warrior one. Maybe this was the time in which you kind of separated at that umbilical cord and made your way out into the world, separating yourself from your family unit in which you were born into, and maybe creating your own or finding your way through it. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Slide that foot back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling, bum is high. Pivoting that right heel down, left foot forward. Lift on up into your warrior one. Deep breath in. Hands down to your mat, sliding that foot back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, bum is high. Holding space for that person. 20 to 30, holding space for him or her or them. Acknowledging who you once were. Bending in the knees, hop or walk it forward, and we fold. Bending in our knees, let's roll ourselves up. Standing. Tadasana. All right, 30 to 40. Inhale, arms up. Sink those hips back. Chair pose. And maybe 30 to 40, maybe these are kind of the sweet spot of years where you physically felt your best. Maybe you were kind of cruising through your career. Let's take a deep breath in. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, half lift. Hands are on your mat, hop or walk it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling. And exhaling, take the bum high. Pivoting that left heel down to your mat, step your right foot forward. Lift on up. See yourself in your mind's eye. Let's pick one of those years. What were you doing on that birthday? What did you look like? What was your hair color? Deep breath in. Hands down to your mat. Slide that foot back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, thumb is high. Pivoting your right heel down. Step your left foot forward. Lift on up. Warrior one. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your mat. Slide the foot back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, thumb is high. Bending in the knees on the balls of your feet. Hop or walk it. And we fold. Bending in the knees and roll yourself on up. Just standing. Tadasana. So just be here for a moment. Close the eyes, feel yourself firmly planted here on your mat. And who you are today. So as I mentioned, this is a routine, or I don't know what to call it, but I do it every year on my birthday, where I do sun salutes for every year that I'm born. And as I go through my sun salute, I try to really think about who I was that year, right? And there's some that really stand out, like getting my driver's license on my 16th birthday. You know, those moments where you're like, I remember the year each of my kids were born. I remember the year I got a divorce. And just being with that memory for a moment. It's not about staying in it for weeks on end or rehashing old heartbreaks or frustrations. It's just honoring where we've come from, where the map in front of us shows where we've been and standing in who we are today. So going through our sun salute one more time, Surya Namaskar B, and I want you to focus on who you are today, what you look like today, the clothes that you are in right now, the color of your hair, the job that you currently have, the family dynamic that you are currently living with or have. Let's inhale, arms up and over the head. Sink those hips back, chair pose. Deep breath in, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Hands are on your mat. You can hop or walk it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. And exhaling, thumb is high. Pivoting that left heel down into the center of your mat, step your right foot forward. Lift on up into your warrior one. Bending through that front leg. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your mat. Slide that foot back. Let's lower down chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take the bum high. Pivoting our right heel down. Step your left foot forward. Lift up into our warrior one. Who are you today? At the age that you are, with the body that showed up this morning on your mat. Let's hold space for that beautiful being. Gratitude for these arms and these legs. For the breath to be able to move and create these shapes, whatever they may look like. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your mat. Slide the foot back. Lower down chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bum is high. Bending in the knees on the balls of your feet. Hop or walk it. And we fold. Bending in the knees, and we roll ourselves on up. Just standing. Tadasana. Take a beat here. Breathe. Let's slide our right foot back now into a pyramid pose, about 1.5 feet. Hip bones facing forward. Taking the hands to your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale. Let's hinge at the hips. Spine stays straight. Look at your big toe. Feel that front hip pulling back. Then let's lift ourselves on up. We're going to transfer back to the top of our mat. And when we do, bring that right foot to your ankle, your calf, or maybe grab it, hold it up high onto your inner thigh. And let's start with the hands at prayer for our tree pose. So I love, of course, the symbolism of our tree pose of being rooted down into this place. But then expanding, take the arms up. Allowing ourselves to grow and shift. That we all have our map that showed who we were at 10 to 20 and 20 to 30 and 30 to 40. And maybe the future is not yet drawn out. We don't yet know what the terrain is going to look like. But it's there. It just needs to be colored in. Let's take the hands back behind us and interlace those fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And sometimes it can feel just like this. Conflicted. Open and yet uneasy. Let's slide that foot down. Keep the arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's hinge at our hips. Nice flat back. And then we fold ourselves over, lift the arms up towards the sky as the head hangs. Bring the hands to your bum, and then let them melt down to your mat. Bending at our knees, and let's slowly roll ourselves on up to standing. Tadasana. Step our left foot back into our pyramid pose. Hips facing forward, feet are in their normal lanes like when you walk. Hands are on your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinging forward, keeping that spine straight. Look at your big toe. Feel your shoulder blades coming together as that right hip pulls back. Breathe here. Core is engaged. Pull the belly button in towards your spine. Lifting ourselves on up. Coming into that front leg, bringing our left foot to our ankle or calf. Maybe grab hold, bring it up high onto your inner thigh. And let's start with those hands at prayer. Finding your spot to look at, rooting down that base leg. Take the arms up, expand, get open. Allow yourself to take up space, that you are worthy, that you are enough just as you are today. We don't need to wish for anything to be different. We also don't need to be so rooted in some version of you of the past that You don't make room for who you can be in the future. Let's now take those arms behind our back and release our fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as the hands slide down your bum. Chest is open. Let's slide the foot down, but keep the arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, we hinge at the hips, nice flat back. And we fold ourselves over, lifting the arms up behind us. Bringing the hands to your bum, letting them melt down to your mat. Bending in our knees, and let's slowly work our way up to standing. Tadasana. All right, let's find our way down onto our backs. Let's bring that right knee into your chest. Let's hug it in tight. So same arm, same leg, grab hold of your big toe or across the tops of your toe, stretch that leg up towards the sky. Now keep it in the lane in which that leg normally resides, how you normally walk. And let's now focus on bringing that right shoulder blade down onto your mat. Have a little bend in the leg if you need to. Give more focus to the shoulder blade than anything else. Feel your left heel pressing down into your mat. And let's breathe. Taking a deep breath in, and on that exhale, let's lift the shoulder blades up and try and kiss that kneecap. And as we lower down, let's hug that knee into our chest. Take the right arm out to the side like a little cactus, deep breath in, and exhale, take that knee across your body, keeping both of your shoulder blades on your mat. And resist the need to find perfection here and instead listen. Listen to the body that showed up today and the story that it's trying to tell you. Maybe the IT band on the outside of the hip is wanting your attention. Maybe it's the chest or the shoulders. And so let's listen to it. Bringing that knee back into your chest. And then letting it go long on your mat. Hugging that left knee into your chest. Same arm, same leg, grab hold of your big toe, stretch that leg up towards the sky. Feel that left shoulder blade dropping into your mat. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, let's lift ourselves up in that upper body, kiss the kneecap. And as we lower down, let's hug the knee into your chest. Take that left arm out to the side, deep breath in. Exhale, take the knee across our body. Bringing that knee back into your chest. And letting it go long on your mat. Resting the arms down by your side and allowing yourself to surrender here into your Shavasana. Let's hold space for what was and what could be. Thinking back to your practice of what versions of you stood out in those segments of years. And why was it that version of you? What was it that happened at that age? Who were you? The brain often holds on to traumatic events where you can remember even smells and texture. And it's a coping mechanism of survival. And there's a lot of good years or good birthdays where nothing extraordinary happened, but you had a delicious cake and you had friends smiling back at you and you felt good, but you just don't remember them. What was 32 again? 27. What happened? Who were you? But then there's, of course, those moments, like I mentioned, I remember so clearly going on my 16th birthday to get my driver's license and how happy and excited I was. So our brain doesn't just hold on to trauma. We also hold on to the other end of that spectrum, that
pure excitement, that unequivocal joy. And then there's all of that in the middle. And it's okay that we don't remember every single one. It's okay if it felt like just another day. But we can hold space for just the regular. We can hold space for who you are right now. And at the same time, we can hold space for that part on our map that hasn't yet been colored in. We don't quite know where the trees are going to be, where the roads are going to take us, what the altitude will be like. We can hold space for the hope of the unknown and allow it to just be that. Let's begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Gently just turning the head from side to side. And then rolling on over onto your right side and taking a pause there. Use your hands to lift yourself up into a seated position. Bringing our hands together at prayer. First, thank you for sharing my birthday today. May we continue to take the image of the map of who we were and who we are going to be out into our week. To continue to hold space for the future, for the unknown. And to hold space into who we are today. And honoring where we came from. Go about your week. Let's think good thoughts. Speak good thoughts. And do good thoughts. Namaste.
Namaste.